Cran Hill family, I'm Chris, and welcome to The Porch. You know, last week you heard from our president, Scott Barger. He gave an update on the things that we're doing in response to the COVID-19 crisis. This week, Scott's back with a couple of special guests, another update, and a way that you can get involved in the ministry here at Cran Hill. Well, here's Scott.
Well, welcome to the Barn Store Porch. I'm Scott Barger, and gosh, it's just great to have you be able to join us here. I know many of you want to be here with us right now on this Barn Store Porch. This is my favorite chair. I get to see people coming and going. I get to see people going with the horses out on a horseback ride, and I get to talk to folks as they're here. And so oftentimes in the summer, you will find me right here if someone hasn't already taken my spot. But I do love this place to be able to talk to folks. So welcome to this edition of The Porch. And I have some guests with me today, and I'm so glad you guys showed up today. We actually staged, they came up on purpose, but Roger and Carol Heising are with us today. They are longtime friends and supporters of Cran Hill, and actually Roger's on the board right now, and we've got a fantastic board. One of the things I'm very thankful for is a great board of men and women that love this ministry and its mission to transform lives in the image of Christ. So we are really glad to have you guys here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're a little close, but that's okay. We're friends. We're like family. So we had a board meeting this past week as we're trying to figure out what to do with the COVID-19 response, and we're still prayerfully and trying to wisely seek counsel and figure out what's going to happen. But at the board meeting this past week, we had a number of ideas because as you can imagine, we've got no income coming in, and we're trying to figure out what to do with summer camp and the campground. And Roger actually had a great idea at the board, and I said, Roger, would you like to come and the two of you share that idea to help encourage the ranch? So welcome to the Porch. You guys know and love this place, and we just want to have you just share a little bit of what you guys, maybe a little bit about your history here with the ranch, just a short bit, and then talk a little about this great idea to help the ranch during these times.
Well, thank you, Scott. So, yeah, here we sit on the porch of the barn store, and what great memories we have here at the ranch. Maybe it's an ice cream cone, sitting in one of these chairs or on the benches and sharing a good conversation with friends, or maybe it's coffee and cookies and punch after church on Sunday morning after being in the chapel in the Pines. And those are just fantastic memories that we all share. But if we think about that, most of those memories happen basically during the camping season. It's June, July, August really is kind of the time when we spend here at the ranch sharing those kind of memories. But there's another 9 months of the year, and some of you might ask, well, what goes on here at the ranch during those other 9 months? Well, let me tell you, a lot of things go on here, but primarily it's the season for retreats. And almost every weekend of the year is booked with retreats here. It could be a group of small retreats. It could be much larger groups. I know some people come up for a family reunion. They might rent the stone house, and they might have 10, 12, 15 people for the weekend. Or maybe it's a much larger group. Maybe it's 50 or 100. We even have groups of 200, 300 groups come up here for the retreats. And those retreats generate a significant amount of the income, the revenue that the ranch uses for the year to keep the ministry going. And so as we deal today, we all are dealing with this social distancing where we can't have groups any greater than 10 people. All of a sudden, all these retreat groups are just simply canceled. And the revenue that came along with that just evaporated overnight. And so it's become a real serious financial squeeze for the ranch. It just happened just so quickly. And so we think about that, and we'd like to issue a challenge to raise some additional monies for the ranch here. And I would like us to think this afternoon about the government stimulus check that we've all received. We got this deposited to our bank account here within the last week or two. And for couples like Carol and I, the two of us, we got $2,400. If you've got children in the home, you got a little bit more. But if you're one of those people who has lost your job, you can't go to work because your place of employment is just simply closed down, and you want to work but you can't. That stimulus check is a great thing for you. You can use that to buy your groceries and pay your utility bills, and you maybe put gas in your vehicle, and perhaps even make your mortgage payment or your rent payment wherever you're at. And but yet, on the other side of that coin is there's a significant number of us who are still employed. We're still getting our regular paycheck. Perhaps you're retired, like Carol and I are. We're still getting our Social Security check every month, and our financial situation really hasn't changed all that much. And so when we were talking, when we realized that we were going to be recipients of this $2,400, we kind of looked at each other and said, why are we receiving this? Our financial situation really hasn't changed any, but nonetheless, it showed up in our bank account. And so I'd like to just have us think about how could we use that? Could we issue a challenge to donate that $2,400 to the ranch? What a tremendous blessing that would be if you could see your way to do that. Just bless the ranch tremendously. And so, Carol, would you share just the simple little plan that we came up with?
You love Grand Hill, yes we do. We like to challenge 100 families who their income has not been affected by the virus, or young at heart retirees. We'd like to challenge you to share your stimulus check with Grand Hill at this time of financial crisis.
So let me do the math on that. If we could reach the goal of 100 families, $2,400 a family, that's nearly $250,000. And that's kind of the shortfall that we're initially looking at here. We don't know for sure how long the cancellations might take place. This may go on for weeks or months beyond this yet, but at this point, if we could raise $250,000, what a tremendous blessing that would be to the ranch. And so I just challenge you, could you be one of those 100 people? Scott, back to you.
Hey, thank you guys. It was a great thought. It was a great vision. I believe the Lord gave that to you. And thanks for coming and maybe stepping out of the comfort zone and asking people to help us. As I wrap up today, I want to share something that happened yesterday. We spend a great deal of time monitoring what's coming out of Lansing. I listen to the governor and I listen to the president and try to get glimpses of what the summer might look like. And also monitor social media. I'm on social media a lot now, looking at what other camps are saying and what other camps are doing. And in my feed yesterday was kind of a tough day. We got extended another 2 weeks. But in my feed, Rebecca Cayley, a lot of you know Rylan, his wife Rebecca, she had a post that just kept coming up every time I looked in that feed. And it was a simple, I don't even know how people do it. It was just a beautiful little blue screen with the words, "What are you thankful for today?" And that caused me to stop and think a lot yesterday. Because we can get hung up on the things that are tough, the things that we don't even know about. But what are we thankful for? And I started thinking, man, I was thankful for her and Rylan and her whole staff. I've been doing this 30 years. Best staff I've ever worked with. Thankful for the board and for the families that are here. Best board I've ever had the privilege of working with. And best board I've ever heard of as I've worked with other camps and other organizations. We've got a great board. And I want to tell you that I'm thankful for you, the ranch family. The ranch family, it is a unique community of people who love this place, and this is home to them. Can't wait to come. It's home to you. You can't wait to come, whether you're a counselor or whether you're in the campground. You can't wait to be here, and that means a lot. And we know many, many, many of you support the ranch and pray for us and are our friends and family. And so today, I'm thankful for you. And we're thankful for you. And we know that God is not surprised about anything. So as we try to figure these things out and ask for a little help, we do that because you're family. So thank you. Thank you for, we know you're praying for us. This video wants to communicate, we want to communicate through this video that we want to continue to do ministry and transform lives and pray for you. Here in just a minute, Chris is going to wrap us up and tell us a few things. But I just want to say thank you. We're grateful for you. We'll continue to give you updates as we figure them out and make decisions. So stay tuned. We're going to continue to do this, hopefully indefinitely. So thank you so much. We love you. And we'll see you back here at the ranch real soon.
A big thank you to Scott and the board for providing amazing leadership during these tough times. You know, the staff here at Crane Hill is longing to do ministry. We would love to pray for you. So if you'd like to, you can send your prayer requests to prayer@cranehillranch.com, and we'll share them with our staff and make sure that somebody prays for you. We're also looking forward to seeing you next week on the porch, but in the meantime, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, you can always check out cranehillranch.com for information on all the things happening here at Crane Hill. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I look forward to seeing you guys next week on the porch.